Get it on. Got to get it on. No choice to get it on. Mandate you get it on. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for telling a friend. I love that about you. Dana Gould. I was literally talking to somebody yesterday, and, you know, you get into that. Is this guy funny? Is that guy funny? Could they hang? Could that guy hang? And I have to explain to people, and I said to them, I go, you know, there's a handful of guys who can sit and roll.
Yeah.
Now, there are a million comedians, but they're just a sort of handful of guys who can sit and roll. And I was talking, you know, I said, well, this guy, and that, I was bringing up these sort of, you know, household names, and then I said, oh, and Dana Gould, because Dana Gould can sit and roll as well. But I just don't, I think most people aren't sophisticated enough, or they go, I've seen the guy, 5 minutes, the guy's act, he's super funny, and I go, but yeah, it's just not the same as that ability to roll along.
Yeah, and I think I got that when I moved to San Francisco in the 80s, and there was we called it riffing, which is just it's just as obnoxious as it sounds.
Right.
But yeah, it sort of taught you to think on your feet, and just I mean, they're just there are people that are funny, and there are comedians, and they're not always the same.
Yeah.
You know, like my brother Kevin is a home inspector, and he would be a great guest.
Right.
You know, because he's just hilarious. He's got that Bill Murray, like, he walks to the fridge and it's funny. He's not a comedian, but he can roll.
How many times do you think your home inspecting brother has uttered the phrase, there's trouble with the flu? Because there is no house
there's trouble with
that
the flu.
Can pass an inspection of a chimney that does not have a crack in the flue.
Or, because he's in Massachusetts, your moisture barrier.
Oh, your moisture barrier.
But once he called me up, he's like, drive my brother in. He never calls me, so I'm like, what the hell? Hey, hello? Hey, are you near a computer? Yeah. He goes, will you look up 425 Elm Street in Grafton? I go, why? He goes, is this haunted? Is there any stories about this being haunted?
Wow.
I go, nothing I've found. He goes, well, I'm in it, and I'm alone, and it looks like the house in The Ghost of Mr. Chicken.
Don Knotts?
Yes, exactly.
Well, speaking of movie, well, I want to say something. I want to bring something up. We stumbled onto it right before we got in, but your headphones were unplugged because Alicia Krause brings in her own headphones and then unplugs my headphones and then takes her headphones.
Sure. That's weird.
Nobody, I realize, and everyone thinks everyone does this, but nobody undoes things they do.
Yes.
And here's my proof. I am 6'2", so I am taller than most anyone who borrows my car. And if somebody from this business, like Chuck in the next room, who's 5'6", drops me off at the Burbank Airport and then drives the car back and parks it here, the seat is always pushed up, and the mirrors move too. Now, don't worry, Chuck. You join an elite fraternity of every motherfucker on the planet because nobody will ever undo it. And the answer, and they were like, whenever I always knew my sister was using my party house in the valley with the basketball court with her kids who were 7 at the time, because the basketball hoop was cranked all the way down 3 foot above the thing. And then, of course, I would show up and I'd go, oh, Lauren's been here. And then I would have to crank it back up because no one will ever undo what they've done.
Leave it how you found it.
That's what you're saying. Yes, I'll come home, I'll turn on the TV, and I'm deep into the Disney Channel, and I can't find myself way back to my set. It's like, what? Oh, the maid was here, and she brought her son. It's like, oh, just put it back. And the answer is no one will ever put it back because they're done with it.
Yeah. Although for your car, I've solved your problem. It depends on what you're driving. It's clearly an older car because I have a hot rod Toyota RAV4.
Oh, yeah.
And with racing stripe and roll bar. But there's a little button one, too, the seat set, because my daughter always takes my car. And my daughter might be the only person on the earth that's shorter than I am.
pulls the seat up, never puts it back. Yeah, I'm
Right,
going
but
to
then
program
I just hit L1 and everything goes back.
You're right. Or you can hit L7 to be transported back to the 90s on K-Rock and listening to some alt lady bands.
I would go in a minute.
So you're right. But also, the person who's driving, every single valet, whoever pulls the car around has the seat all the way up. And then some people argue, they go, well, if you borrow my car, then my seats, it's much easier to hop into a car where the seat's all the way back.
I'll give you the one example where people always undo. If you share a computer with your wife.
Oh, then you'll undo it. Yes. Yes. The valet guy not only has the seat all the way up, but he always has the tab in the windshield wiper and never pulls that out because they are done is the answer. And people always go, oh, they forgot. No. When I used to work in people's houses, and I worked in everyone's houses when I was a carpenter, and I was always hungry, I was always like, I'm going to the pantry, and I'm going to see how many Ritz crackers I can kipe before I would think they would see some were missing, And then there's the mixed nut pot over here. Don't get greedy because they'll know you got into it. So I would go and I would take the Ritz cracker box down and I would take like 9 crackers and then I would position it. Like I would literally, as if they took a photograph of their pantry before they left the house. But I would always just put everything back exactly as it was because I didn't want to get caught on.
Yeah, no, that's well advised. There was a story talking about the computer thing about a guy who didn't know like how to delete his cache or was looking at something that was so vile that his wife like went like college weekend with her friends and then came back and turned on the computer and was like it's like about like, congratulations, your hard drive has been successfully wiped by McAfee. Like you really scrubbed everything down.
I went to an open house once with a woman and she went in and used the bathroom, but sort of lied, said like, I just want to go check out the but did not put the toilet seat back down because it's an open house and the toilet seat and the lid would be down, for presentation.
Oh, I see. The lid, not the seat.
Yeah, sorry. The lid. Flip the seat up. Or sorry, flip the lid up, sat down, did her business, left it up, of course, then walked back out. Then the realtor turned the corner. Was like, who's using this toilet? It was immediate tell. And I was like, put it back. Just put it back. They won't know everything. All right. Now, questions for you. You love movies. You love bad movies. You love old movies. I was thinking about you when I was coming here because, the last time I was I go to Pebble Beach every year. I do a car race. I bring my son. We Airbnb a house. We all get together. We have drinks. We eat. And then I force my son to watch bad movies from the day, mostly so he can marvel. Sure. It's just sort of like, what the hell were they?
Yeah, they made this, yeah.
We watched 3 episodes of Knight Rider out on the road in Denver 2 days ago. He's just looking at me, what is this?
Yeah.
What's going on? Why'd they do that? They set up something, they never paid it off. They're high on coke. They did whatever they wanted.
Yeah, exactly.
That was it.
This used to be a movie.
Nicky Katz, the great actor Nicky Katz, passed a few months ago, but he was a real deep, old school Hollywood guy, and he was with us, and he suggested Vigilante Force. And Vigilante Force first off, I said, I don't know.
83?
It was like 75.
Oh, okay.
76.
Is that a Corman movie?
No, I don't think so. But it's got Jan Michael Vincent in it, and I'm in.
Natch.
I'm in, right. Yeah. So I'll play you this, and then we can play a little made-up movie. But I think you're going to enjoy it. It's Chris Christopherson, too.
It was a typical American town.
200th birthday.
Until they found they were sitting on $500 million worth of oil. They called it God's country. Until all hell broke loose.
Bar fight, head of a bar fight.
Yeah, well staged.
Then it was time
a lot of
for
shotguns.
Vigilante Force.
What the?
You had
Chris
to have
Christopherson, star of Academy Award-winning Alice Doesn't Live Here Anymore. Jan Michael Vincent, dynamic young star of White Line Fever and Buster and Billy, come together in Vigilante Force.
The last time I tried to go back home, they gave me a parade. In one end of town and out the other.
Chris Christopherson is Alan.
Enough punches to the
War
gut.
he could never win.
What war?
My war.
Sounds
One he could never
no punches
stop.
ever made. Wow. Whoa!
And Michael Vincent is Ben, who finally took the law into his own hands.
All right, give him hell. Now you listen to me. And when you good people hired me to come take care of your garbage, nobody was there telling me how to do the job. Nobody wanted to know.
Like a pack of mad dogs, they were unleashed to clean up the town.
Of what? What is this movie about?
We don't know. I watched it. I don't know what it's about.
There's no story.
You know why you ain't been
A lot of
killed,
people
don't you?
thrown through windows.
Yeah.
That was a
We're
big
brothers.
deal.
The candy glass
They
budget
fought
of
for
this
the
film.
same girl.
Yeah.
And now the time had come to settle the score.
We're coming after you.
Blowing up.
Victoria Principal,
Oh.
sensuous
Oh, wow.
young star of Earthquake, is Linda, who trusted a man once too often.
That happens.
I'm gonna kill you.
Whoa!
Broadway's Bernadette Peters dazzles as Little D, who loved not wisely, but very well indeed.
You're a cop. I hate cops.
So do I. I'm the cops.
I was going to do something terrible to all of you.
Bernadette Peters barely spoke.
Yeah.
Like her mouth wasn't big enough to act.
She was like Montgomery Clift.
Yeah.
Chris Christopherson, Jan Michael Vincent, fighting it out in Vigilante Force.
I don't know what this movie's about.
Oh, it is-
Gene Corman,
Gene
who
Corbin.
is Roger's brother.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
It was a 4-minute trailer. You have no idea what the movie's about. I watched the movie. I have no idea what the movie's
Okay,
about.
I don't know. These are, again, not similar. Something that you can't believe was real. Either do it now or everyone at home. Google on YouTube, Robert Loggia, orange juice.
Mm-hmm. That's all we need
That's all you need.
for
You'll just play it. Robert Loggia, orange juice.
orange juice.
This was really on televisions.
Now, I could remember,
You know Robert Loggia.
sure, Robert Loggia was in everything.
Yeah.
And
Here we go.
Jane Bryant, I would have thought, with orange juice. All right, let's see. Robert Loggia, orange juice.
Try some new Minute Maid orange tangerine. It's got calcium.
Then I'm not drinking it.
Oh, no, it's sweet. You'll like it.
I don't believe you.
Well, then who would you believe?
I don't know, Robert Loggia. Whoa, Robert Loggia.
Billy, your mother's right. New Minute Maid orange tangerine tastes great. And it's got as much calcium as milk.
If you say so, Mr. Loggia.
Yeah.
This is great.
Enjoy your breakfast.
New Minute Maid orange tangerine with calcium.
Yeah.
There's two.
Kids love Robert Loggia.
Well, it's been said once. You say it, might as well say it 1,000 times. There's two. There's a modern day one. There's a modern day one of those.
What is it?
Okay, what was that? 85, 84
yeah,
or something? Okay, so I'll give you the trilogy of old guys who are recognized by kids.
Okay.
Okay? You're going to love this. We're going
I am.
to start in 1975 with Phil Rizzuto from The Money Store.
Okay.
Out of uniform, where the 7-year-old kid turns around and goes, "It's Phil Rizzuto!" Played his last game in 1941, and it's 1975, and he's out of uniform, but he recognized the gray-haired Phil Rizzuto.
sure.
All right, there is a modern-day one, only a year or so old. It's the Net Jets, Share a Jet, Ride Jet, private jet thing where the guy's trying to take his son to the ball game, but of course their jet's on the fritz. And then here comes John Elway. But the kid is 6, and John Elway is 66.
Yeah, there's no-
and the kid and they're on a tarmac. They're not in Denver. They're not at Mile High Stadium.
John Elway.
He just turns around and goes, "John Elway!" Like, yes, that's the modern Robert Loggia moment.
Wow.
And then so it starts with Phil Rizzuto. Then it goes to Robert Loggia,
then to John Elway.
then to Elway. That's the trilogy, in case your younger bride would like to know.
Robert Loggia. He has my favorite line in Lost Highway, which is he holds up a video cassette. And he goes, "You like porno? Give you a boner."
Loggia says that.
Yeah.
That commercial's from 1999, the orange juice
really?
one? Is it that? Although 1999, it's coming on 30 years old, so.
That was after Lost Highway.
Then there's, Phil Rizzuto and...
I'm Phil Rizzuto for the Money Store.
That's exactly how you sound. And I sat around when I was 11 in North Hollywood, and I have no fucking idea who Phil Rizzuto is.
Sure.
But he is wearing like a 3-piece pinstripe suit with a pinky ring, and his last name is Rizzuto of the Rizzuto Crime Syndicate, and he represents a place called the Money Store, I'm like, that place must be mobbed up as shit. Like, it seemed all very mobby to me.
The thing about Vigilante Force is like, they used to just make movies. They're just like, it was like a TV show. It's like, we'll put it out.
Well,
now they make 4 movies a year, and they're all $3 billion.
It was like, here's what you do. It's 1975, 1976, we're going to make a movie. All right. We're going to need 3 or 4 shotgun pumps.
Right.
We need 4 or 5 explosions. Mm-hmm. We need a car going off the road and rolling. We need a bar fight. We need somebody thrown through a plate glass window.
Right.
We need some titties. And then something a little off, like an outhouse blowing up or something like that.
Yeah.
We're done. What's the movie about?
White Line Fever.
I
the Great Smoky Roadblock, one of my favorite. My favorite of the CB trucker craze that swept the nation.
It was just such a novelty to just see a car go off the road that we'd be in.
It was in the James. It got into the James Bond. Remember, the whole point of the man with the golden gun was the car doing the flip over the bridge. Remember, the bridge broke.
James Bond. Yeah.
Don't know how it worked, but it did.
They literally just took that bridge and they sort of twisted it, and the guy literally did it. I mean, back when they'd go analog, like...
Yeah, no, I don't know. I mean, I don't know how they did that stunt.
I would say they failed a few times before they made it, and I would also reckon it was a lot like the James Bond one where he had to run over the heads of the alligators to get off this island covered with alligators. That guy ran over the heads of alligators.
Yeah, it was his alligator. I know way too much about James Bond movies.
I know you did.
Yeah.
And
that was his alligator
tried it
farm.
like on the 45th time he pulled it off.
It's amazing. And you can go on YouTube and see the outtakes, and it's like, dude.
Oh, it's on a shin buster.
Yeah, it's a great stunt. In Diamonds Are Forever, there's a scene where they go on 2 wheels to drive between 2 buildings.
Right.
And then a month later, they shot it coming out.
Right.
And it's coming out the wrong way.
Oh.
So when you watch the movie, inexplicably, as they're driving through an alley, the car switches sides.
Driving on 2 wheels was a whole thing.
A huge thing in the 1970s.
Thing. Joey Chitwood and his thrill team.
Chitwood.
Come on, Dana. He'd pop that thing up. He'd go around Ascot Raceway on 2 wheels, and at some point, someone would climb out of the passenger side window and like surf on the side of the car. Like if there was.
By the way, the only way I know of Joey Chitwood is when any of us were driving. That's what our father would call. Hey, Joey Chitwood, move the car over there.
Joey Chitwood had a thrill team. It was sort of Evil Knievel light, you know?
Yeah.
That thing where he'd pop it up on 2 wheels and be driving the car on 2 wheels, and then someone out of the passenger seat would climb out of the passenger window and sort of surf on the side of the door and the roof. That act right there, like if you had you said, things that would scare a mom, but we can only be one act, like one act with her going, no. Would it be jumping off the dam into the river? Would it be shooting a shotgun? Would it be taming a lion? I think that picture is like every mom's.
Yeah, here it comes. Here it comes. No, it's just, and it's less believable than Avatar. what happens.
Probably got Joey Chitwood driving that Mustang
I wouldn't be
Mach 1.
surprised.
Dead end.
You now.
Oh, yeah? Uh-oh, loading ramp.
Lean over.
Lean over. He's on the right, so driver's side is down.
Now watch this.
Oh, they're rolling. Got to roll that cop car. By the way,
Here, watch this. Let's switch. What just happened? Wait a minute.
that is crazy. Impressive, but crazy. What was the cop thinking? I'm going to get on two wheels and follow this guy? Like, he does have a radio.
It is, if you know anything about like the Bond movies, like they're the real gritty ones with Sean Connery, and then the Roger Moore ones were a little more, had been around for a dozen years, and it's a little more self-aware and a little more tongue-in-cheek and winky.
Right.
Almost like action comedies. Very, very 70s, very
Right.
White Line Fever. But
Right.
Diamonds Are Forever is like a Roger Moore film that Sean Connery is in. It's pretty light, and Connery is also so bloated. When you look, have you ever seen the photos of the Beatles, like the red, remember the Blue Album and the Red Album? Where same photo, but they're like 6 years apart, but they've aged 40 years.
Yes.
Same thing. You look at Dr. No and Diamonds Are Forever, and it's like, how was this, 30 years apart? No, 7.
Well, it's like either crack cocaine or being the president.
Yeah, it just like it wears you down.
Homes.com. Some might say Homes.com is the best home shopping site. And maybe Homes.com's super comprehensive and transparent agent directory. Or maybe it's that Homes.com is the only site that always directly connects you with the listing agent who knows the home the best. Let's say that could be true. Or perhaps it's because Homes.com has the most in-depth neighborhood content of any home shopping site that's extensively researched to highlight the personality of each neighborhood. Homes.com goes above and beyond to bring home shoppers the in-depth info they need to find the right home, and that's you. Homes.com. That's Homes.com. We've done your homework. O'Reilly Auto Parts. They're in the business of keeping your car on the road. Cars are expensive. You want to keep the one you got going. They offer friendly, helpful service and all the knowledge you need. If I can't figure something out to do with my car, I just go to O'Reilly and they will figure it out. You can call them up if you like, or head on by. I always just go over there. They have thousands of parts in stock that can test your battery for free. Need wipers, brake light, or a quick fix, they'll get you the right part. Everyone who works there is knowledgeable and friendly. The professional parts people at O'Reilly are your one-stop shop for DIY auto stuff. Or if you want to go online, you go to O'Reilly online. They got everything there as well. O'Reilly Auto Parts, right, Dawson?
Stop by O'Reilly Auto Parts today or visit us at O'ReillyAuto.com/Adam. That's O'ReillyAuto.com/Adam.
We thought that we could do a little made-up movie, and Andrew said he could ask ChatGPT to generate movie titles.
Okay.
And now, what else were the instructions for ChatGPT? To make up a movie, but of a genre?
Okay, yeah. These are 10 fake large-scale. What I said was 10 fake movies that would have existed between 1975 and 1980. Movie titles suggest a large-scale action movie a la Towering Inferno or Poseidon Adventure. Not Oscar bait material per se, but movies that would have been directed by John Frankenheimer or John Borman.
All right.
And ChatGPT, and I blissfully don't even know how to access it.
No.
And that it can ingest that much information?
Evidently. We'll hear what movie titles they came up with.
Firestorm at 40,000 feet.
Okay.
Well, it's got to be in an airplane because that's the only thing that's going to be 40,000 feet. I mean, it's not going to be a skyscraper. Even Mount Everest is like 26,000 feet. So could be a rocket. Let's go rocket.
Rocket or helicopter.
Helicopter won't get to 40,000
Too much
feet.
air's too thin?
Yeah. They're not going to get. It's got to be pressurized. Okay. Now the thing about a rocket is how many feet?
Just so you know, there's 9 other titles here, so you can pick each one. And there's
right.
one here that I think you're going to really
give
respond
us another
to.
one. Let's see.
The Last Bridge Standing. Here, I'll just give you all of them. Blackout. Avalanche Express. Deep Water Rising. Terminal Shock. Earthquake over Manhattan.
Over Manhattan. Okay.
The Burning Stadium. Storm Warning, Atlantic.
All right, I'm going to go a little different angle here. Avalanche Express. Avalanche Express is an all-women's tackle football team.
Right.
70s titty romp.
Sure. Yeah, there you go. Like Blazing Stewardesses.
Yeah. And they have a bus,
Right. And they're coming into town, sort of like a female slap shot.
Right, female slap shot. So they're called the Avalanche. The bus is called the Avalanche Express.
Yeah, love it.
And there's like lots of scenes of like the elderly couple driving behind them, and they pull the shirt up and mash the boobs. Oh, they show the car slide off.
Did you see that, Mort? Yes, I did.
That's right. It makes it. Then they show him putting his glasses on, and she looks at him. Avalanche. All right. Shelley Winters is the coach.
Yes, or the owner. Yeah.
Okay, let's make her the sassy, brassy owner. It's a female football league.
Angie Dickinson is the coach? Harry or the head of the team who just can't take it anymore. Yeah, she's the coach.
Now,
and there's a young upstart on the team.
Adrian Barbeau.
Yeah, that's taking over the team.
Over the team.
Yeah, there's going to be a cat fight between Adrian and Angie. And then I have a feeling they're going to learn how to work together.
And so people don't know that there was a short-lived female tackle football league that existed for women.
I'm one of those people.
I believe there's a Charlie's Angels episode where they are actually trying out. You can look it up, but there was. This will work. The Avalanche Express. The team's called the Avalanche. They hate the owner. They have to win X amount of games. It's basically, you're right. You take Slapshot.
And there's a well-funded
for
female team that's just put together by the opposing rich people. That is, just it's all ringers.
Right, all ringers, and it's like as their bus comes pulling up and backfiring, and it's all tattered and whatever.
All black,
you see
sleek.
the private jet that the winner team is getting off of. Right, so you got to topple them. Ryan O'Neal is
Sybil Danning. Sybil Danning is the head of the other team.
Sybil Danning, fresh from concrete jungle.
Yeah.
Yes, Sybil Danning, who was like, I don't know what else to call her other than just sort of titty queen from the 70s or something. Amazonian. Right.
Nothing wrong with it.
Yeah. Angels in the Backfield is the episode from Charlie's Angels where they physically played tackle football. They had to try out for the team. Anything to get them into the locker room was pretty much how it worked back in the day. Also, there's one guy that's watching who's the bad guy.
Hey, don't worry about it, Pokey.
Back then, all you had to have is bad skin, and you were just a bad guy.
Yeah, there's that guy.
Anybody with bad skin, this guy's one of those guys. Any guy with ruddy skin was just the bad guy.
I can't think of his name, but he's in the movie, a really great movie called Scarecrow with Gene Hackman and Al Pacino, and he's the bad guy in Scarecrow.
Well, there was a guy who was burned.
That might have been the guy I'm thinking of.
The guy was like he was burned badly, and that guy always played the bad guy because his face was messed up. But then there'd just be other guys with just pockmarks, and they were just the bad guy.
Did you mention the bad guy in Grease? He was also
pockmarks. Yeah. Maybe that's what turns them evil.
Yeah,
they can't. By the way, using that logic, Bryan Adams would be a bad guy.
Sure.
And
then there was the guy that was played the vampire.
Richard Lynch.
Lot.
Richard Lynch is the guy we're thinking of. All right. So Avalanche Express, Ryan O'Neal is the love interest, but there's two women that are competing for his love.
I think would it be Ryan O'Neal? Would it be Jan Michael Vincent? I think
All
for
right.
this budget, it would
But
probably
this
be
a
Jan
little
Michael Vincent.
zanier. I don't know if Jan can handle comedy.
True. Tim Thomerson would be in it.
Which one is Tim Thomerson?
Oh my, you know Tim Thomerson.
I'd know him if I saw him.
Yeah, for sure.
Most famous for
Well,
what?
he was a stand-up, and he's in all those. He's in all those movies. Can we get a photo of Tim Thomerson? There you go.
Oh, that guy.
Sure.
Yeah, I mean, I knew him when he was. Yeah, he'd be in all those movies.
Once pinned Robin Williams up against the wall at the Comedy Store.
Oh, he's a sidekick, right?
Yep.
Why did he pin Robin Williams against the wall?
A conflict over a bit.
Do you think Robin stole the bit from him?
I don't think Robin stole the. Robin would it was a vacuum, and it would come in and go out, and he
Right.
would never. I can only say I knew him, and he was a lovely guy, and he was very moral. And I know he had a bad rep early in the day for being a material
thief.
Thief would be a. But knowing him and seeing him work, I think stuff would just go in and come out.
Yeah.
You know,
I mean, that's
and
who he was.
And he got a lot better about. He got much more aware of it later in life, and he would purposely just like not watch people. And he came. I remember once he came up to me, he was like, "I did something that somebody said was similar to something that you did," and I was like, "Dude, I don't care." Yeah, I really liked him.
All right. Avalanche Express. I think I got the one, even though it was supposed to be an action movie. I think the farcical
I get
female
you beat.
football
See,
team.
and this is brain over computers. I got a better title, a better movie, and you don't need ChatGPT.
All right.
In the spirit of Sharknado, Tarantulanche.
Oh, we've an avalanche of tarantulas.
Thank you. You're
All right.
welcome.
So it starts off.
Claude
with-
Akins.
Claude Akins is a treasure hunter, right?
Yeah.
He has to go to deepest, darkest Africa.
Yeah. Or Arizona.
Or Arizona. Well, we're going to shoot it in
Right.
Arizona, but we're going to do it. And there are these indigenous tarantulas that have been breeding up on the top of the hill.
Right.
And the natives know it. Like,
Yeah.
he's like, I'm going into that cave
Don't
and
go
getting
in
that gold. And the natives are like, we don't go there. And they're trying to describe, one takes a stick and draws it in the dirt because they can't communicate, but he thinks it's the sun or a star or something.
These people want Raisin Bran.
Yeah, that's right. Give him some Raisin Bran. Let's go to the cave. But the natives know, and he's like using one of them as a guide, but at some point the guide stops. Always pivotal part in the movie when the guide stops and goes, no more. They go, come on, we got to go further.
Jamie Farr would play the guide.
Jamie Farr could play the guide because he could do ethnic.
Yeah, he's swarthy.
He's swarthy.
Yep.
Yeah, Jamie Farr.
Or Desi Arnaz Jr. might have been a little more boyish.
So the spiders have been guarded. Now, Claude Akins can't figure out why the natives never just went and got the gold. I don't get it. It's in the cave. It's right up the hill. Why don't you go? But they're not going because they know about the Tarantulanche.
Right. And there's a certain value you can never get out of. So Claude, great, we'll just blow it.
Right.
We'll just put some charges in there. Bring the gold to us.
Right.
What he doesn't know is he's going to bring something else with the gold.
A tarantula avalanche.
An avalanche of tarantulas. Or, as I like to say, a tarantulanche.
Tarantulanche.
And by the way, that's my crime.
Tarantulanche may be the best title since the very basically titled
Produced by Dan Strepek.
What? There was a movie called
starring Richard Benjamin, I believe, or Dirk Benedict.
Could have been Dirk
the guy
Benedict.
from Battlestar Galactica, I believe, is in it. Dan Strepek was the head of the makeup department of 20th Century Fox.
In the movie, a guy turned into a snake. Yes.
Dan Streepek is the guy that hired John Chambers to create the makeup for Planet of the Apes. But it was Dan ran the makeup department, and he's subcontracted to John Chambers because John Chambers was the guy. He was he's like the Todd Rundgren of maybe you bring this guy in and he's going to do something that nobody else can do.
Right.
But I knew Dan Street, who he was, from photos of him in Famous Monsters magazine, which I read as a kid. So this is several years ago. I lived behind the Chateau Marmont, and we had a parking problem because of Dublin's.
The bar down on Sunset.
So we have a neighborhood parking meeting of people like we're trying
when
to
you lived above Sunset.
Right, when I lived above Sunset in the early aughts. And there's this guy at the meeting, Dan, and I know exactly who he is. And I go up to him later, I go, "You're Dan Streepek." He goes, "Yeah." And I go, "Oh, I know Famous Monsters, blah, blah, blah. I love Planet, blah, blah." 2 days later, knock on my door, Dan Streepek with one of the extras masks from Planet of the Apes.
My God.
And one of the appliances on a vacuum form mold. He goes, "Here, you should have these."
Wow.
Yeah.
That is amazing.
And then he ended the last 20 years of his life, he was Tom Hanks' personal makeup guy.
Really?
Yeah. He just
we have the trailer to
Yep, with Strother Martin,
which I saw in the movie theaters when I was, 9.5.
Let's see if it's Dirk Benedict.
All right.
Oh, it's now
on Blu-ray.
Does it need to be?
No, it doesn't need to be.
Once this motion picture sinks its fangs into you, you'll never be the same.
Oh.
Don't say it. Hiss it.
Oh!
Judge Reinhold.
Oh, that's horrible.
Hold on a second. Back in the 70s, if you needed to kill somebody, you could do it one of two ways. You could either cut their brake lines of their car. I know something about cars and master cylinders and slave cylinders and hydraulics. If you cut, it's a closed system. If you open it, when you're backing out of your driveway, your brake pedal just goes to the floor.
Right.
You don't get going up on Mulholland 70 miles an hour and then start pumping.
Yeah, it doesn't work. Right,
You feel it
immediately, right.
When you bleed brakes, like when I bleed the brakes on one of my race cars, there's a bleeding knob. You open it, and when your guy in the car's foot will just go right because there's no pressure. It's like it's open.
Right.
The system got open. So you can't cut someone's brake line and expect them not to notice.
Set a
They
timer.
notice when they get in the car. Their foot will hit the brake pedal and just go all the way down, and they'll go, something's wrong, and then they'll see brake fluid, a puddle of brake fluid by their tire. They won't do it. So there's two ways you can kill people in the 70s. Cut the brake line, or you could take a snake or a scorpion or almost any reptile and just throw it in their car.
Right.
And then at some point they'd climb into their car, and of course the scorpion would kill them.
And I don't think
the scorpion would never be in the back on the floor.
I don't think a scorpion kills you.
I don't think it does either, but the snake would never be scared and just be on the other side of the car.
In the corner.
They're always... All you got to do is throw a snake in your car.
Yeah. Again, we go back to Diamonds Are Forever. They drop a scorpion down the back of a guy's coat, and he goes, and dies instantly. Right. I don't think that's how that works.
I don't think that's how scorpions work.
Yeah. Even if they did kill you, it would probably take days.
All right. Sorry. More.
I want to see who plays the dude.
What the hell are you doing here? Get out! Get out!
Oh, so many snakes.
What is this? I feel like my guts are being rearranged.
Touch your skin. It's scaled. Look for your legs. They're gone.
He's turning into a snake.
It's cold. And listen for the hissing.
I love you.
Your face.
What about it?
It looks different.
Is that Heather Menzies?
Want to see you.
Nobody but you can confirm that, even her. Mongoose is attacking.
Versus mongoose, or is it man versus man?
This is a mainstream movie at the El Portal or the Guild Theater when I used to walk there in North Hollywood.
I'm going to see if this is Heather Menzies.
Horror film ever made.
Zanuck Brown produced it. They made a little movie called Jaws.
I heard of that one. I've heard of that.
I think Heather Menzies, I think that's who she was. She was the middle daughter in The Sound of Music and was on the TV series Logan's Run. Was married to Bob Urich. And was in Playboy.
Oh, I love Bob Urich. What a guy. He'll be missed. Can I say Dan Tana, SWAT, all the greats.
Vegas.
Played Rocky Blyer.
He did.
That's right.
Heather Menzies, I was right.
Now,
and Richard B. Schull was the guy laughing.
There was a small window in the 70s where men's hair and women's hair were almost the same.
Yep.
Women wore it a little bit shorter. Guys had sort of the Keith Partridge look.
It was like a feathery,
little bangy.
It was called a shag.
It's a shag, and it was the same length. Like it was, there was a time, there were like 3 months in 1977 when men and women had the exact same hair. Leif Garrett had the same haircut as the ladies from Charlie's Angels.
There was a band, the band that Lemmy was in.
Motorhead?
Before Motorhead. The band that he was in before Motorhead.
Engine Foot?
Something like that. No, it's literally something like that.
Something like that.
And you look at their photos, like 72, 73, and it's like, oh yeah, there was a time when bands could be ugly.
Oh yeah.
Like every guy in this band is not as less attractive than the other guy.
Every guy in the
Steely Dan also.
Every guy
not an attractive group.
Every guy in the Bay City Rollers had the same haircut that woman just had.
Yeah,
had
that
the
was
shag,
a shag.
Right?
Are we looking up the band? Because now it's driving me crazy. It's like
before Motorhead was.
He was just a boy.
Hawkwind.
Hawkwind. Yeah. Hawkwind was really Spinal Tap.
Lemmy's been dead for 3 years. How long's Lemmy been dead? Because he's been dead for 3 years, but I bet he doesn't smell as bad now.
10?
I bet he doesn't smell as bad now as he did when I interviewed him on FM radio back in the day.
I had an experience with Lemmy that I thought for a minute that it was fake. And I said, "Did that happen?" He goes, "Oh yeah, that happened." I was on Colin's Sleazy Friends.
Oh yeah,
remember?
Yeah,
Colin's Sleazy Friends. There's Hawkwind, very Spinal Tap. That's Lemmy, I believe, on the far left. No, that's him behind the guy. Long story longer. Colin's Sleazy Friends was a cable access show in Los Angeles, California, hosted by a guy named Colin Malone, who worked at the 2020 Video, and he would have comedians and musicians and porn stars on.
And it was very popular.
It was very popular, and Colin was lovely. And I was on with Lemmy and the big porn star guy that's not appealing physically, Ron Jeremy.
Ron Jeremy.
And a young lady whose name I don't remember. And we're sitting there towards the end of the show, and this woman is sitting on Ron Jeremy's lap, and she is filleting a sex toy. And I'm sitting next to Lemmy on a beanbag chair. And I looked at Lemmy, and I said, "I've had this dream before, but there were hobbits in it." And he said, "They didn't have beanbag chairs in Middle-earth." But I was like, that was funny. That's a good comeback.
Yeah.
And then I said, years later, I went to my friend Ken Daly, who was with me. I was like, "Did I dream that or did that happen?" He's like, "No, that happened. I was there."
Is Colin still alive?
I imagine he is. I don't know where he is. But everybody did that show. Like Bob Odenkirk was on that show.
I may have done that show.
I'm sure you did if you were alive.
I was alive. I remember it was a big show.
It was when what is now the Relax the Back store on Ventura Boulevard in Studio City was the 2020 Video.
Yes.
And one day I was in there, and the porn section has those Western doors.
Always my favorite.
Shame.
There's a new masturbating sheriff in town. Clear out, Dalton boys. Clear it out of the big boob section.
And I'm talking to Colin, and guy comes out of the porn section with like the World Trade Center, just like 2 stacks of porn balancing with his chin.
Whoa, he got his chin involved.
Yeah, holding him in. And it was Taxi's Jeff Conaway.
Jeff Conaway got 2 towers of porn.
I think if you're doing a lot of blow and you want to just make it a day long.
Oh, yeah, that sounds very coke driven.
Yeah, that sounds very cokey.
Yeah, that was sadly the video store.
He was going to Judd his Hirsch.
That's the one I had rented Bobby Hollander's porn bloopers at that 2020. And had to return it and realized I had no cash, but only change from my truck ashtray. And the woman
it just gets worse.
And the girl behind the counter, turns out, went to high school with me.
Of course.
But she was 2 years younger than me, so I didn't recognize her, but I was like captain of the football team.
Right.
So when I'm paying for my Bobby Hollander porn with nickels, she goes, Adam Carolla, how's it going?
Oh,
and
God.
I'm like, well, evidently.
Not too well.
Yeah, let's see. Let me finish counting
And
these
you couldn't
nickels.
even return them anonymously because they had a different color case.
Yes.
Porns were blue or something.
Well, the case would have all the action on it.
But no, when you rented it, they would remember when you'd rent a videotape, they'd put it in a plastic case, but regular movies had black ones and porn had blue ones.
Yes. And
I don't know. I've never done it.
Well, also people forget, like if you would rent Hudson Hawk and you lost it, it was $119.
Yeah, it was very expensive. Yeah.
By the way, it was $89 when we were making $4.75 an hour. It was super expensive if you lost a VHS tape with zero value now. I don't know.
I know, it's so crazy. I know people that still, VHS tapes are like vinyl. Like there's people that still have their machines, and you can buy a library of movies for $4. You know? I know people that do it, and certainly in horror and low budget horror, there's a. Do you ever go to the Bearded Lady Mystic Museum on Magnolia in Burbank? It's a goofy store in Magnolia.
I saw a bearded lady on TV earlier today. Actually, Andrew can find the bearded lady that Megyn Kelly was showing me earlier today when I was on her show. Reminds me of that, but go ahead.
And it's just like it's a weird store that sells skulls and whatever. And they have a museum as part of it. And one of the rotating museum things is you go into a video store. They have they call flashback video, and it's a perfectly recreated video store of VHS videotapes. And it's just a beautiful time machine feeling.
What is the kitsch thing or whatever it was like that gene? Like here's what I'm saying. I don't share many of your sensibilities because I'm more like builder, race car guy like that. But when it comes,
and that's why. People don't know this. We should just say it. When we're not on the show, often we are physically fighting.
But when my son, we were doing Denver Comedy Works last week. We're staying at the condo. Great.
I'm in the mullet museum in that condo. Were you in there? It looks like where the monkeys lived.
Everything is an animal theme.
It's purple.
It's a menagerie over there.
Colors are weird.
Yes.
There's a string of photos of people with terrible mullets. Ellen DeGeneres is in there. Bobby Collins is in there. And young Dana Gould is in there.
Wow, with a mullet.
Well, modified, yeah. We all have the Lethal Weapon, the Mel Gibson Lethal Weapon modified mullet.
We stumbled onto the whatever channel and looked ahead, and I said to my son, they're running The Bionic Woman from 11 o'clock tonight until 4:30 in the morning. When we get back from the show, that's what we're doing. And I was literally on stage thinking about getting back to The Bionic Woman.
Yeah, I've been there.
Now what? I don't know why that is. I don't know what's
was
so
it Pluto
appealing.
that you found? Was that what it was?
I'm trying to think. I can tell you the lineup. Emergency, The Bionic Woman, The Bionic Man, Knight Rider, and Miami Vice, And those are all
It's
the ones I
either
was able to
Antenna
get
TV,
through.
Pluto, or MeTV. I don't know if those are on MeTV. I watch MeTV a lot.
We watched.
Do you remember the song that he wrote about the Bionic Woman?
Who wrote it?
Steve Austin.
Oh no!
And sang it.
Did she move the hair from her ear so she could hear it?
Her ear is so good.
Yes,
she could hear it. Her hair was on the way.
Right.
But there's a song, I guess, in the episode where they spin off the Bionic Woman.
Yeah.
She gets a skydiving accident, I think, is why she becomes bionic.
She gets. This was one of my jokes when I was like 13. Steve Austin, experimental plane crash.
Right.
She, and a chute doesn't, she gets in a skydiving accident, and then a little bit later, she gets a bionic dog. And I was like, his chute didn't open either? It's a funny joke for a 13-year-old, right? But no, the dog was a fire. The dog was burnt in a fire.
Got it.
And then that's a bionic dog. But the song,
all I know is this line, because her name is Jamie Summers.
Mm-hmm.
Jamie. That's the only lyric I remember. But Lee Majors sings it.
Well, maybe we can buy it. So, what is most people I know, almost everyone I know, but Dana Gould looks at that shit and just goes, "Oh, give me a break. Can we watch something good? It's no good." You know what I mean? And to me, I can't get enough of it.
Can't get enough.
I can't get enough. Mike August is great. We passed by Marty Supreme. Mike August will do this one. I'll go, "You want to see Marty Supreme?" "I'm not watching a movie about ping pong." Then I go, "It's not a movie about ping." Mike, why should I watch a movie about ping pong? I go, "It's not." Movies have themes. Like, Breaking Away is one of my favorite movies. It was a local race on a Huffy going around a dirt track at a high school. That's not. It's not the Super Bowl, Mike. It's ping pong, but it's the story.
Yeah.
It's the story. I'm not watching a movie about ping pong. So it's perfect. But we have the Lee Majors bionic. This is crazy to me because I thought I knew everything, and I know nothing. So I'm having to explain to my son who the Bionic Woman is, who the Bionic Man is. When you watch the opening to Bionic Man, it is like they should show it in film school and go, "This is the perfect opening."
Yeah.
Because
you know everything you need to know.
We're all caught up. My son's never heard of it. 45 seconds into the opening, it's like exactly what this show is. All right, sorry.
It's been fun, lots of laughs, Jamie. It always is when friends meet again.
Wow, not a good voice.
But lately, it's gone flat for me, Jamie.
Oh, man.
I don't like seeing you now and then.
What a dick.
Friendship is finished.
Jogging in slow motion and smiling. He'd never zip up his sweatsuit.
A way to make it through.
Oh, by the way, you can pause. I had to explain to my son after watching enough Steve Austin in Leisure Suits and Hasselhoff that chest hair was a plus.
Yeah.
Back then. Now we wax it, we shave it. No one wants to see it, but this was considered an aphrodisiac. If you wonder why everybody's got their shirt undone to their navel and they're fucking blew dry their chest hair and puffed it out.
Have you ever seen There's a Girl in My Soup? The Peter Sellers movie?
No, I haven't.
His back is hairier than Lee Majors' front.
Oh, really?
In that movie. Yeah, and it's like...
All right, I want more. I got to get more. And then he sung the Fall Guy theme.
He's not good. His voice is thin as water.
I never want to say goodbye to you. Sweet Jamie, I'll love you forever.
But you're blowing her off.
I know we'll never part. I love you like I've loved no other. Make room for me in your heart.
Wow.
We're going to go down to Seasun and we're going to jog on this track in slow motion.
Another swimming.
Right. I think we're gonna... Now, here's the thing about a really tinny, hollow, like, his voice is as thin as the film you put on your
really is, yeah.
on your limo window to tint it, right? Like, it's very thin. And he's But does somebody say, hey, Lee, why don't we...
I think they just go, yeah.
I know Mel Torme. He'll do the Jamie song. He's in town.
Can we double track it? Can we
Yeah.
there's lots of ways to fix it up. It's everyone's watching. This is 11. It's going to be fine.
But why does he think he can sing?
How many albums recorded by people that can't... have you ever heard the Leonard Nimoy Hobbit song?
Yeah, I have heard that one. But he did end up singing the theme song to The Fall Guy, too.
Because I'm the unknown stuntman makes Eastwood look so fine?
Yeah. That's. I'm pretty sure that's him.
Yeah, that's him. I think you're right.
Yeah, and he's...
But here's the thing. I don't know if I've heard that song since it came out, but Jamie was in my head. Like, I absolutely, yeah, it happened. Jamie.
I want to hear it a little more.
Those will sweat a lot of... That used to be a Steve Austin suit. Then it became a Brillstein. A full Brillstein.
Lots of laughs, Jamie. It always is when friends meet again. But lately it's gone flat for me, Jamie.
Like my voice.
I don't like seeing you now and then.
So he dumps her, but then in the end he loves her.
Friendship is finished, that's true. But there's hope, a way to make it through. Because, sweet Jamie, I love you.
He's still around, right?
Sense. Yeah, he is, and she is too.
Yeah.
The dog's probably gone.
He was married to Farrah Fawcett.
Yes, he was.
Like, they were Mr. and Mrs. America.
She was Farrah Fawcett Majors.
Yeah, in like 1976.
She showed up in an episode, by the way, that me and Sonny watched at the condo.
Oh, yeah, I bet she did.
She guest starred.
And she's in Logan's Run. I mean, but like in 76, 77, 78, like if you were an alien, like what's America? Well, it's Lee Majors and Farrah Fawcett.
They went down to George Barris and they got custom cars made with their names and rainbow tape and gold flake paint on it. And then they were the winningest
They were just
couple ever.
If bell bottoms were people.
Right. And then he had Ryan O'Neal look after her.
Yeah. Who's never a good idea.
Yeah. I took a little dive into Robin O'Neal. It'd be like saying in 1978, John Belushi, I want you to watch my pile of cocaine. I'm going to Canada to shoot a movie. Now make sure it's all there when I'm back. Like, I mean, that's essentially what's saying Ryan O'Neal to watch Farrah Fawcett.
Yeah, take care of my wife.
Look at him.
Look
at him. He's got his Fila sweat jacket on. Evidently, the zippers didn't work very well back then. They all stopped about 4 inches.
So much hair. Yeah. Just, that's everything. They're going to go have an RC.
Cola. Then the other thing that freaked my son out is the the TV show Emergency came on, right?
How did that freak him out?
Well,
produced by Jack Webb.
Right. And then they went to commercial. And when they came back from commercial, they do that tight shot. It was tight on a lighter. And then they pulled back, and the guy was lighting the cigarette. And then they pulled back, and they were in the doctor's office, and it was the doctor in his lab coat.
Smoking
he was talking. No, he wasn't. He was lighting.
Oh, he was lighting the cigarette of the other guy.
Right.
Yeah.
It's like, all right, Jim, here you go. Now, what about that banquet? And my son just watched that, and I was like, this is inside of a hospital.
Sure.
Inside an office. That guy's a physician, and he just got done lighting this guy's
was
cigarette.
Was it the doctor with the white hair?
Yes.
Because that doctor was Bobby Troop, a jazz musician who was married to the nurse on that show, who's Jack Webb's ex-wife. And
wow.
And her name, you know who,
Going deep with Dana Gould.
Jack Webb. I just had her name. Julie London. Julie London.
Yeah.
Former Mrs. Jack Webb. She leaves Jack Webb for Bobby Troop. Jack Webb hires them both to be on Emergency. I don't care.
Wow.
I just want you kids to be in love.
Wow.
Jack Webb above it all. And Julie London, great singer, Julie London.
Really?
Yeah, had a bunch of albums.
Not better than Lee Majors.
She's much better than Lee Majors. She's got her Julie London's version of Black Coffee is one of the best ones.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
All right, should we try one more title Dawson, give us one.
And this, by the way, why this knowledge that I have is why I'm swimming in women.
That's right. I was gonna say.
It's why I'm so big on TikTok.
Yeah, the young ones love it.
The final offering from AI is Code Red, Hoover Dam.
Code Red. All right. So Chinese are going to blow up Hoover Dam.
Right.
Okay. And
but something's happening downriver that's going to be destroyed. That's why they're blowing it up.
Well, it's kind of two stories at once.
Right.
You know, it's the couple with their kids that are camping down river, 10th anniversary. The kids are celebrating or whatever.
That couple is Marjo Gortner and Heather Menzies.
Marjo Gortner wearing the wig from Earthquake.
Right, and Heather Menzies. They're the couple.
So they got to stop. They know there's a plot to blow it up. But it's also got a Jaws. Okay, you ready? Sorry. It's got a Jaws type feel to it because it's the 50th anniversary of the Hoover Dam, and we have a big celebration.
Right. And the president's coming.
Yes, and Gene Hackman is saying, you shut it down, and we have credible information. They're like, we don't know what day it's on. We're not going to ruin the party.
Yeah.
But he knows as those Chinese jets are scrambled heading toward the dam, you see marching bands on top of the dam.
The president, John Forsyth, is the president. He's coming.
Yes, it's got a little Black Sunday to it.
Little Black Sunday, and the president's chief of staff is in on it, and he's not relating the messages that there's danger. And that chief of staff, Bob Urich.
Bob Urich from SWAT, from Spencer for Hire, from Vegas.
He parked his car in his house. The fumes.
Oh,
Damn,
by the way,
fumes.
It's not like he's driving a Prius. He's driving a 56 Thunderbird pre-catalytic converter.
Burning oil.
That thing's just dumping gas and burning oil. I mean, your eyes would water.
Yeah, and he's parking in the living room.
He's driving a V8 car from the 50s that he's pulling in. It's the greatest show ever, by the way. He had his super hot secretary. He had what every good bachelor had, which a heavy bag just hanging. They had a heavy bag.
By the way, which is how you know the bachelor, it's how you know he doesn't live with a woman. There's a heavy bag that you can see when you walk into the house.
And they found, it's so funny because they made his sidekick Binz.
Right.
Binzer.
Yep.
And they were like, we need a super pathetic Jew to make him look even taller and stronger and more competent.
Yeah.
I will give you. I've given him before. I'll give it again. I have two.
His name should have been. The actor's name was Jaime Juman. Was the actor's name?
Bart Braverman.
Bart Braverman. That's right.
All right. So there are two great scenes. Two great scenes in Dantana, or in Vegas, that were real, like perfect for the time. The women loved Dan. Dan would wear like a suede vest and a peasant shirt, like undone again, big dingo boots, flares, tight Wranglers.
Dingo boots.
Yeah. I mean, he was a dude.
Yeah, he was.
And everyone knew. And there were two funny scenes. One is and back then when a guy was popular with the chicks, the producers would have to let you know it. Like they go, where are you going so fast? And they just always, the chicks were always coming on to him. And there's two hot showgirls like having a drink at the bar at Caesars, and they page Dantana at Caesars, and they go, paging Dantana. And the one girl says to the other girl, who's Dantana? And the other one goes, you don't know Dan? But who would ask the person next to him?
Who's Dantana?
If you were in an airport and they said, paging Les Goodman, I wouldn't turn to you and go,
who's Les Goodman?
Because you'd go, how the fuck do I know?
Well, and again,
but
same era, same city. In Diamonds Are Forever, it's like, hey, you're James Bond. No, he's a secret agent.
You're Phil Rizzuto.
You're not supposed to know who he is.
There was another great scene where Tana was chasing a guy through a yard and over fences, back when they would do a lot of yard landings, everyone's in someone's yard, dogs were there, clothes on the line. And he jumps over a fence and he just lands in a yard. And it's just grass and a dog-eared wooden 6-foot-high fence. And there's a beautiful chick just sunbathing. Like you can say, they just set up a chair, put her in a bikini, and just said, just just lay there. And Dan comes flying over the fence, lands in her yard, and she goes, "Oh my goodness!" She's startled, and he goes, "Sorry, ma'am, on the run." And he starts running, and then she goes, "Oh, where are you going so fast?" Like she was scared shitless at a stranger landing in her backyard. 4 seconds later, she wanted to fuck. She wanted to suck his dick in her backyard. Now that's attraction.
That's Dan.
That's Dan, right?
That's Dan Tana.
Bob Urich. You ever meet Bob Urich?
Never met Bob Urich, but I do think that the woman that played his secretary, unless I'm wrong, was in
B. Her name was B.
Was she? I think she was in Super Vixens or Beneath the Valley of the Ultra Vixens or Valley of the Dolls.
You think I know any Russ Myers films, Dana?
My phone's not. I don't have enough of a signal to get the cast of Vegas, but
you think she was in Beneath the Valley of the Ultra Vixens?
Can we get the Vegas cast?
I don't think she's. You think she's bosomy enough for Russ Myers?
Or is it, what's the one that Roger Ebert wrote? Was it
that was Valley of the Dolls?
Beyond the Valley of the Dolls.
Beyond the Valley of the Dolls.
Phyllis Davis.
Phyllis
Ann Davis.
Who's so when she's just a straight brunette in Beyond the Valley of the Dolls, I'm a sucker for brunettes. Boy, is she hot.
Especially that era.
Yeah.
Like 60s brunette.
Yeah. So gorgeous. So gorgeous. Phyllis Davis. Still around? There she is.
Oh, yeah.
But you get
she played a blonde in Vegas and changed her name to B.
Right.
Well, her character's name was B.
Right. But now get her from Beyond the Valley of the Dolls.
That's back when a chick named Phyllis could be hot.
Yeah, that's gone.
Yeah. Another way they would always be killing people in Vegas, cut the rope on the sandbag on stage.
See, look at her with the long hair. Look at that.
Sammy Davis Jr.
There with what's his name?
Russ Myers.
And that actor's name is the guy. He's in the Blues Brothers when they go to Bob's Country Bunker.
Right. He's always played the hard ass.
Yeah. He's the judge in Philadelphia.
He is. He was sort of the poor man's Brian Dennehy.
Yes.
Something.
And I've met both of those men. And what's his name?
Phyllis Davis, you're right about her. You didn't get anything wrong about her.
Charles Napier.
Charles Napier.
Jonathan Demme favorite.
Yeah, it was a Jonathan Demme favorite. He was also in the Space Hippies episode of Star Trek. Gonna snap my fingers and jump for joy. Got a clean bill of health from Dr. McCoy.
Jim,
they're space hippies, Jim. I don't know what they're doing on board.
Next time I go to Comedy Works in Denver, my son's not coming. Dana Gould's coming with me.
Oh.
And we're watching all of this. Hanging with Dr. Z, by the way, live in person, live stream.
If you want to get to the really obscure references,
go see that. Still at Cobb's coming up on January 30th?
January 30th. We'll be doing that live at Cobb's with Dave Foley, Chuck Bryant from the How Stuff Happens podcast.
Oh, wow.
Andy Daly is going to be there. Janet Varney.
DanaGould.com is where you go for tickets and the podcast, the Dana Gould Hour as well. All right, we'll take a quick break. We'll come back. We'll do news with Dawson right after this. Boll and Branch. I used to be one of those guys who didn't pay attention to my sheets. Well, I used to be one of those guys who didn't really have sheets. But the first night I got into my Boll and Branch's signature sheet, I fell deep asleep with the beautiful softness and the breathability. It makes a difference. They're woven by artisans with the finest 100% organic cotton, and they're made to get softer every time you wash them, so it just gets better. Available in 25 colors, and they have a 30-night worry-free guarantee. I sleep better with these sheets. They're cooler. They're softer. The last ones I had were no good. I'm never going back. It's going to be Boll and Branch, and that is it. Am I right, Dawson?
Discover a softness beyond your wildest dreams with Boll and Branch. Get 15% off your first set of sheets, plus free shipping at bollandbranch.com/ACS with code ACS. That's Boll and Branch, BOLLANDBRANCH.com/ACS. Code ACS to unlock 15% off. Exclusions apply.
Pluto TV has thousands of free movies and TV shows.
What? This is the mindset.
Free.
This is the mantra.
Free.
This is the mindset.
With movies like Joe Dirt, Pixels, and 50 First Dates. This is awesome. And TV shows like Survivor, SpongeBob SquarePants, The Fairly Odd Parents, and Ghosts. Pluto TV is always free. Huzzah! Pluto TV. Stream now, pay never.
You're welcome. All right. Well, now time for news with Dawson. Although I want to say something quickly, Dawson.
Please.
I don't know how you feel about this, but I was watching the Denver game over the weekend with the Bills, and came to OT, and they threw, and Buffalo threw a long pass down the field, and the receiver caught it, and they would have, because Denver had the ball first and didn't score in OT, then Buffalo, I believe. I was just watching from the back of the club. It was a little hard. But anyway, they would have just kicked a field goal and won.
Right.
But the Denver player made a great play and took the ball away. But I don't know what the rules are, because you catch the ball and then you go down and you hit the ground with the defensive player on top of you, and then the defensive player rips it out, except for you're down because you caught the ball and you're on the ground.
Right.
So you touch the ground. So you're down, and then in one sort of flowing cyclical motion, he pulls it out, which is a beautiful play, except for the guy caught the ball and he's down. So I don't know. It's super close. You can watch it here. He goes up, he converts ball. I mean, he pulled it away, and it was an amazing play. And the ball was a little underthrown, and he threw it another yard further, probably no problem. But I'm not sure what the rules are, because you catch the ball, and then there's a lot of weird rules, like he caught the ball, he put his feet down, he made one move, but he didn't make a second move, so there wasn't a football move. And I'm like, he caught the ball. That is a
football move.
That's the ultimate football move.
Yeah.
His name is DeQuarius, which was the first football move, and now he caught the ball. That's the second football move. What are we doing here? The guy caught the ball. He went to the ground, and then in one motion, the ball was pulled out. But it's like, in a game where they do the fractions of his knee touch before the ball came out, whatever, he had the ball and his back was on the ground. So reception, play over. But they didn't do it that way. And then Denver got the ball and they won the game. So anyway, I wanted to point that out to you.
I wanted
Dawson.
Buffalo to win that game.
I did too.
I was pretty disappointed in that. But
weird play. Yes.
Maybe he just didn't have possession of the ball for long enough. It did look like it was pretty effing quick.
He caught it. He had, here's the biggest. Now, look, this is my Rich Eisen thing and why he loves me. This is the replay gimp. Not enough to overturn the call made on the field. I'm like, I don't need the call made on the field factored in. I just want to look at the tape. So what they'll do is they'll go, on the field, they called it an interception. When you look at the tape, maybe not, but not enough to overturn. But what do we, it's like saying we're having a trial. Right. Okay. We're going in with the auspices of this guy's guilty. We saw through the trial that maybe he wasn't, but it wasn't enough to overturn the original, what we went into the jurors' room with. And it's like, well, don't go in with anything, is what I'm saying. Just fucking make a decision. Don't go not enough to overturn the mistake we made.
And it also seems that in a lot of these cases, one day it'll go one way.
Yes.
And then almost the exact same thing the next day is going to go the complete opposite way.
That absolutely cost Buffalo the game because they have the ball in the 20 and they just kick a field goal and then they'd go back to Rich Stadium. All right, so what do you got with the news?
Well, more scamming going on, this time in Brooklyn. Two scammers have pled guilty to $68 million in fraud for Brooklyn social adult daycares. Between 2017 and 2024, these people would recruit people to sign up for their adult daycare. They would never show up.
Sure.
And then they would give them a little bit of money and then scam. So
you know what I would do if I was Doge and Big Balls and Elon? I would just go, listen, Here's what we're going to do. We are going to look at the titles of everything. The more euphemistic the title of a business, the more I'm coming after them. If I hear people, first steps forward, children fed, feeding the world, those are the first. The ones that are called Smuckers, child care, we'll put them at the bottom. If it's called Acme or Ajax, they're at the bottom. But it's first steps forward, feeding the children. Boom, you're right at the fucking top with your bullshit titles, because it's all the kids, it's all about the adults, it's all about the special and trees and nature. I mean, that's what they do. That's what they do with all the fucking the climate bullshit. It's always about saving our future, feeding our future, green feed future roots, and then it's just fucking give us fucking money, we'll just buy ourselves a Lamborghini.
Well, these places were called Happy Family Social Adult Daycare Center.
Perfect, right to the top of the list.
Family Social Adult Daycare Center and Responsible Care Staffing.
Right. So if they called a daycare center, like a learning center called You Get What You Get Learning Center, I'd go put them at the bottom. They're not scamming anybody. But if it's happy feelings, good puppy loving, big puppy doggy learning thingy.
There you go.
The boom, right at the fucking top, because they're fucking bullshit artists.
Well, as part of their plea agreement, they have to pay back $1 million. They stole $68 million, but they got to give back $1 million, and they're facing 10 years in prison, and they'll be sentenced in May.
Here's my new world order. Human beings cannot be trusted. They just can't. Like, all right, we raise $10 billion to feed the African hungry children, right? Then we send the $10 billion over there, and nothing gets to the kids. It's nothing. Nothing ever works. There is no money. Everybody is totally corruptible. There's no such thing. And I'm not even saying they're bad. And first off, we just thought this was the domain of like the red-haired white sheriff from Billy Jack. It turns out women are fucking worse than guys. Black women are worse than white women. Like, everybody's corruptible. Everybody's corruptible. There is no trust, no nothing. There is no such thing as me saying to anybody anymore, here's $10 million. You think of your friend from high school. Think of anyone you know. Here's $10 million. Just dole it out, whatever.
No.
How long before they kept 9 of it for themselves? It's human nature. It doesn't work. We can't do it anymore. There can be no more giving out of anything. There can be no more free money. You have to fucking earn money. Free money's just right in the pockets of all the fucking people we hate.
Well, I'm waiting to see when they start looking into California, because guaranteed there's fraud all over the place here, and it's about time.
Oh, my God. It just, and the funny thing is Chuck Schumer's up there. It's like, once we get the House back, we're going to reinstitute all the Doge cuts. Oh, thank you, Chuck. That's just what we want. Get all the fucking America Cares First shit back so everyone can fucking get rich and nothing can ever change. But you know what's a weird thing? The weird thing is nobody does the math on it from the sense that, you know, like I've been to Dawson's house more than once. There's things going on at Dawson's house, but there are also parts of Dawson's house that need a little TLC. And if I was just funneling lots of money to you, and you're going, I'm doing home repair and I'm doing renovation, whatever, and I just kept showing up and nothing ever got done, I would notice. Of course. Like, I would go, where's all the fucking money going? I'm not seeing anything different. And they go, we're doing for the kids. We got to fund the unified school district so the children could get laptops and so they can get tablets. They need tablets so they can learn. The grades just keep falling off. It just keeps falling off. The homeless grow. The cities fall further apart. Oh, you need more. You need money for gas. Oh, we're going to add a little tax on the gas so we can fix the roads. I just fucking blew out a tire in a pothole. Where is the fucking money? Where? Okay, you're going to help the kids. Okay, you're going to help the kids. We have kids, they're all in poverty, and none of them learn anything. Okay, well, what else? We're going to do the roads. We're going to do a little extra gas. Yeah, it's $5 a gallon here, but we get the road. Yeah, but the roads are shit. Okay, well, What about the homelessness? Well, just give some money and we'll get the... Yep, I just ran over homeless. We should take the homeless people and put them in the fucking potholes. That would solve our problem. That would solve two problems. But you guys just keep saying more money. Then you're making a budget and you're like, listen, we would need to allocate more money so that kids can get a first step, so they can get a head start on the first... You guys didn't do anything before. So we should know there's no results. There's no result. Where are the results?
Well, it seems like we know that.
Of course you're stealing money. Nothing comes out the other end.
It seems like we know that, but all these new taxes just keep getting approved to pay for things like firefighters. Like, what happened to all the money we've already allocated for all this stuff? And yeah, it's just they keep throwing more money at these things, and the problems aren't going to solve.
I agree. But the whole point is money, which I've been screaming about for a million years, where they go, we need more money for education because these kids are underserved and they're falling further behind. I have screamed 100 million times. Why does it cost money for education? Abe Lincoln just sat by a candle and read a book. Is it money? Should we pay you? Like, where's I know. And they do all this shit. Well, the money has
exponentially been increased and the education has exponentially gone down.
Look. If a kid wants to know something, let's just say you had a kid that was curious and he wanted to know about rocketry or he wanted to know about the transgender movement or whatever the fuck the kid wanted. Would he need cash or could he just go get that information? You know, he could go do it. I mean, when a kid is motivated, like when a kid wants to draw or a kid wants to do comedy or a kid wants music or to sing, like you can't, that kid will just go do it. This weird thing of like, well, we need money. Who needs money? You need fucking parents that focus on education, right? But you don't need more money. Ugh. All right, anyway, go ahead.
All right, moving on. You did mention Chuck Schumer saying that when the Democrats win the House back, they're going to put all the Doge cuts back in. James Carville is predicting a GOP wipeout in the 2026 midterms. Now, he's responding to an op-ed in the New York Times from a former senior advisor to President Obama. He said that the Democrats have no credible path to sustained control of the Senate and the White House. Mm-hmm. He said, your viewers need to know that the Democrats are going to pick up, at a minimum, 25 seats, maybe as high as 45. In all likelihood, the Democrats will carry the Senate. Do you think that's possible? I guess anything's possible, especially without voter ID and mail-in ballots being sent to every single person in the world.
Yeah. Well, you know what's funny? I was thinking of you. I was on the flight coming in today, and I was listening to Alyssa Milano. I like to listen to.
Did she have a good cry with her daughter?
She laid down. She wept for her future.
Okay.
Oh, no. They talk about going on like 6-week hiatuses and vacations in Maui and stuff. Like it's all this creative elite lifestyle. But I was just sort of looking at it, and I know a lot of these people, and I live in Hollywood, and it's a lot of, look, I don't know if we can survive another 3 years with Trump, and then what if J.D. Vance got in for 4 years, and like, I don't know if we could survive. I don't know if our democracy will make it. I don't know if our country will make it. And I'm always like, and so I started to kind of look at it like, I said, okay, let's flip the script, and let's just say Joe Biden, and I don't really know. I can't point to stuff that Joe Biden did. I know he talked a lot about black and brown people needing a hand up and on all that kind of stuff and disproportionately affecting women in the LGBT community and stuff like that. But I really don't know. I know he shoveled tons of money during COVID and fucked up the thing, but I'm trying to think. But I started like writing it down, and I was like, okay, Alyssa Milano and all the people who don't know if we could survive. Mark Ruffalo. Like, can we make it?
Right.
And I started, like I said, sitting around. It's like, all right, what if I'm sitting around and Joe Biden dropped a couple of bunker busters on Iran and undid their nuclear program? Like, just did what Trump did. Just flew a sortie, dropped a Moab, took out their facilities, and they can no longer have a nuclear weapon. Right. I'd be like, all right, well, that's Oh, good for you, Joe. I mean, I'm not a Joe Biden fan, but all right, that's a good thing. And what if he just said Joe Biden just completely closed the border? There was, 10,000 people a month or week or day coming across, and now there's 0. I'd like to sit back as a Joe Biden detractor, and I'd go,
well, at least he did something.
Well, I live in California. All right, good. I got friends in San Diego. All right. He closed the border. Like, okay. And then when he went, Joe Biden also said, number one, I'm going to lower gas prices. I'm lowering gas. Like, what if he talked about something that we knew about or cared about other than the LGBT, what are the invisible shit they love, right? Getting a seat at the table. I would then go, okay, I like lower gas prices. You know what I mean? And at some point, ending wars and like little things like Trump did a thing where he went, look, if you're terminally ill, you can take experimental drugs because you're going to die in 2 months. What do I fucking care if you take experimental drugs? We don't need a FDA clearance. We don't need trials. You're dying.
You are the trial.
You are the trial.
Right.
Try it out. So like things like that, or got rid of Maduro or something like that. If Biden had done all that, I'd go, well, okay.
Right.
So where's we're not going to make it another 2 years or 3 years? Like, how does that fucking work? Is there any acceptance of anything that happens? Yes, the border's closed. Gas is cheap. There's no more nuclear in Iran. Is that okay? A bunch of wars were stopped. Is that what is this apocalyptic thing that you keep talking about? He's just talking about the economy. The economy's better. Inflation's better. Trades, tariffs, like whatever it is. What is this interest rates down for homeowners loans? Like what is this thing you keep discussing and it's all emotional and you're all bitches? That's all this. You're pussy hurt bitches who cannot fucking stop speaking emotionally. It's all emotional. There's nothing practical in this. And then when you do get the practical part, that's when you start making shit up. He's going door to door, kicking open doors, grabbing people look different than him, and throwing them in gulags. Okay, you're making
families.
Okay, the bad
American
stuff is all the shit you make up. The good stuff you will not recognize at all. Yes, I could do this. I could envision a world where 3 years from now, gas went from $2.50 a gallon to $1.89. I could live with that, and the border was still closed. I'd live with that. I could do that. Okay.
I think the one thing Joe Biden did do, I tried to think of it, he did do that CHIPS Act.
Okay.
Which apparently means that we're building microprocessors here.
Right. And so when I hear about stuff like that.
But that's it. That's the one thing.
Okay. When I hear about stuff like that, I go, good. Let's do the chips here.
Yeah.
That's good.
I don't know. It's funny, too, because anytime they lose an election, democracy's at risk. We're going to lose our democracy because we lost an election.
I know. It's at risk. It's hanging by a thread.
Well, let's get angrier because this one's
Wait,
fun.
there is that clip. Do we have the clip? I saw it up there, then it went away. Well, now I think we have it now.
Okay.
We have Carville's clip.
I just like listening to him talk, but this pretty much seems insane. I don't know where he's going to get this.
He's a fucking blowhard.
He seems that way.
He doesn't let you talk. He's just a fucking idiot.
Path of Democrats.
Well, David is a high-tech, big-brain guy who's looking into 2030, what happens in the 2030 census, and that's good. I'm looking at the 2026 elections, and frankly, it's going to be a wipeout. Your viewers need to know that the Democrats are going to pick up at a minimum 25 seats, maybe as high as 45.
Wow.
In all likelihood, the Democrats will carry the Senate. So, and I think we're shaping up very well for the 2028 election, but I don't know, 2030 is, I'm 81, that might be on the other side of my horizon, to be frank with you.
Yeah, so 25 to 45 seats, that's a bold prediction, and you are crushing my prediction on the 5, which was that Jessica Tarlov would have an unhappy night and Republicans would overperform, which I still believe. The trend lines are very good, James. When you look at inflation coming down, when you look at GDP, you think an economic revival that I think will come cannot demolish the trend you're seeing?
Well, I guess anything is possible. Why is Trump trying to call the election off? The first question every Republican candidate will have to answer, will you agree to have an election in November 2026? Because Trump has said he doesn't think we even need one, hinting the fact that he's going to try to call them off. So we can agree. We might disagree on who's going to win, but I think you and I can agree we got to have the election, right? That's the important thing, is to have it.
No doubt. Trump agrees with that proposition. Trump talks in jest, as one person said, take him seriously, not literally. I think he might have said that just to trigger you, James.
Well, maybe so, but it would be a good idea if he'd clean it up, and it'd be a good idea if every Republican candidate who ran for every office would be asked, are you committed to have an election
My God.
in November 2026?
That's
because, you know, the President of the United States says
he's an
something,
idiot.
and
But
you say
here's the
something-
thing. It's a weird time we're in where we willingly misinterpret what
Willingly misinterpret.
It's a weird.
There's no nuance anymore.
I'm totally obsessed with the willingly misinterpreting things. But I do want to say this. I was making myself some notes on the plane. The marching and Minneapolis and ICE and all the resistance and all that kind of stuff. It's funny because the powers that be, the Tim Walz and Mayor Fry and all these fucking retards up there, and they're like, go out and resist, but do it peacefully, do it patriotically, and do it within your amendment, blah, 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 blah. But show up in force, and let them hear your opinion and blah, 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 right? Okay. So there's a fundamental flaw. By the way, a fundamental flaw in everything they preach. Like, like defund the police. Like, okay, can't work. No one's illegal.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, can't work. Everything can't work. We're going to revamp the justice system and blah, blah, blah. Okay, none of it can work. But I was thinking about, like, in terms of protests, you know what I mean? And there's like three kinds of marches and protests and things like that. The first one's easy. That's just the Gay Pride March. Or Christopher Columbus Day, or Jews for Jesus, or whatever. That's just a march of people. And all that is the Lakers won the championship. We're going out.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's fine. And that you'll get a couple of drunken people throwing a couple of beer cans, but I mean, we're there to celebrate the St. Patrick's Day, or the Jews for Jesus, or the Gay Pride, whatever. That'll always work, right? And then there's the second kind of protest. And the second kind of protest is we're going pro-life, and the abortion advocates on the other side of the street, right?
Mm-hmm.
And that will work, except for they hate each other, because there's two of them now. It's not all Jews for Jesus and pro-Lakers. It's abortion and anti-abortion people,
right.
The pro-life. All right. So then the cops will stand in between those two, and they'll keep it, civil, hopefully, because the cops are in between those guys and those guys, right? The fundamental problem with ICE and all the other shit that's going on in all the blue cities is it's not them and them and them and them. It's the cops and the people. The people aren't there to protest ICE. They're there to attack ICE,
right,
and impede ICE. So you go, what happened? Why is it not peaceful? Well, if it was peaceful, then you fucksticks would just show up and stand there, and then ICE would go about their business.
Right.
And that's not going to work, because you assholes need to impede them. You need to get in their way. So you can go out there with the notion, I'm just going to have my voice heard, but you might as well just yell into a fucking toilet bowl. ICE is going to go about their business. At a certain point, you have to chuck a rock at the ICE van.
Right.
And you have to fucking pop the tires of the ICE van, because you're not impeding ICE. When it comes to celebrating the Lakers, you can just go celebrate the Lakers. And when it comes to the abortion or pro-life, you can yell at each other. You're not going to solve anything there. But when you're out protesting ICE, you need to stop ICE, and ICE is there. So then it's going to get physical.
Correct.
All right. And that's where we're living, everyone. So when the asshole Tim Walz and guys like that go out and have your voices heard, you can go out and yell all you want, but eventually you and your lesbian partner have to get the minivan and block the ICE rig.
Right.
And then you get shot. And here we are.
There we are.
Okay.
And Walz
Thank you,
is telling
Tim.
everybody, take out your cameras and film ICE doing their job so that we can catalog this, and later we can punish these people for doing their job. We can put them in jail.
Pluto TV has thousands of free movies and TV shows.
What?
This is the mindset. Free. This is the mantra. Free. This is the mindset. With movies like Joe Dirt, Pixels, and 50 First Dates. This is awesome. And TV shows like Survivor, SpongeBob SquarePants, The Fairly Odd Parents, and Ghosts. Pluto TV is always free. Huzzah! Pluto TV. Stream now, pay never.
You're welcome. Small businesses are the backbone of this country. The problem is over half of small businesses need funding, and banks are stingy. So, if you want bank rates without bank delays, you've got to check out Cardiff.co/Adam. They're the largest privately held small business lender in the U.S. The application takes under 5 minutes and doesn't hit your personal credit. You can use the money however you see fit. Cardiff knows that small businesses keep this country moving. So let's get your business moving with Cardiff. Right, Dawson?
Banks try to lock out small businesses. Cardiff has the key. Big banks may not want to approve your business loans, but Cardiff does. If you've been in business for at least 1 year and are pulling in $20,000 a month in revenue, apply now for up to $500,000 in same-day business funding. Again, that's Cardiff.co/Adam. Real growth, fast funding. Cardiff. Borrow better.
Just everyone think about this. Just think about this concept. Tim Walz, he, for 10 minutes, had to pretend to be like a dad dude from Minnesota.
Sure.
For 10 minutes, right? So he's like, what's he doing? Oh, hey, you caught me gapping the plugs in my international harvester. I wanted to get the plugs gapped so I could go out ice fishing later on today. You know, I like a hunting, too. That's where I got this parka. I got a vest. I got a down vest, and I'm just sweating. Okay. Now he looks like a fucking angry lesbian, right? Well, remember 10 minutes ago, he was the chubby guy who was gapping the plugs and out going hunting, even though he didn't know how to load a shotgun. And now he's a fucking angry lesbian. Well, that's who he is. But they told him to fucking clean it up. And what's Kamala Harris? Oh, Kamala Harris, oh, she's Miss. What about the climate and the rising sea? She just spent $8 million bucks and bought a house in Malibu on the ocean, which is rising, which I fucking yelled about a million times. Everybody who lives in Malibu, except for me, is all down with the climate bullshit. I mean, Leonardo DiCaprio lived on the ocean. I know where he lived. He lived on the fucking beach. He lived 2 feet above the tide. That was his house. Okay. So they're all fucking full of shit. But here's the whole point. Tim Walz is this guy. He's not the aw shucks, gap the plugs in the international harvester and let's go ice fishing guy. He had to become that. Right. They told him, you're not palatable for the American public. They don't like the angry lesbian. So talk about gapping plugs and going hunting and ice fishing, okay? All right, Kamala Harris, pretend to be a human being. Joe Biden, go get some ice cream. Try to be a human being. Hey, Barack Obama, try not to be a race hustler for 10 seconds and have your bitch wife not tell us how much she hates this country every 5 seconds. Pretend to be Don King. Remember Don King? Yeah, pretend not to be a guy who stomped a guy to death in St. Louis. Get a little American flag and say only in America. Right. Do that. So we'll buy into your bullshit, right? That's not who they are. And that's my whole thing. It's like somebody saying, look, I need someone to house sit. I'm going to Europe. I got a gig. I'm going to Europe for a year. I need someone to house sit. And then one guy over here goes, well, you know, I'm a handyman and I'm a Christian and I'm a non-smoker. And my biggest vice is I probably go to bed a little too early and get up a little too early. And I'm not sober, but I've never drank before or whatever. You go, oh, that guy. And then there's this guy, the fucking party guy who likes doing rails and meth and fucking butt fucking his buddies in your master bedroom and stuff like that. And then you talk to him and you go, oh no, that's the old me. Yeah. Oh, no, I've cleaned it up. No, I'm Christian now. No, I'm into that. What'd you call it? Home improvement? Yeah, that. Yeah, I do that. Okay, yeah, where are my tool belts or bags or things? I'm thinking about getting a truck. Yeah, okay. All right. Oh, well, yeah, I'm holding a Michelob Ultra, but I don't drink. But just this one time, I'm just having a beer. It's before noon. I know, it seems a little early. Whatever. And I know I got a face tattoo, but I'm getting that lasered off. It's like, why should I believe you? Why should? And what are you trying to sell to me? Kamala Harris, Tim Walz. You're trying to sell to me that you're normal.
Right.
But you're not.
Right.
You're fucking live in Malibu, bitch, and you're fucking angry lesbian who hates ice, dude. And your fucking kids are fucking nuts too, and so's your wife. That's who you are. What happened to all the spark plug gapping? Where's the hunting? Where's the ice fishing?
Right.
Where's your down parka vest? What happened to that?
He doesn't need to lie to people anymore because it didn't work, and now he can just go back to being
who he is.
Exactly.
Who he is.
Exactly.
You want to know who Michelle Obama is? That's who she is. The bitch who hates this country. Obama, race hustler. Tim Walz, fucking angry. Kamala Harris, I like to live in Malibu. That's who they are.
By the way, how did Kamala...
Why is it confusing to people? And then Gavin Newsom is whatever the fuck you want on whatever day it is. It doesn't matter to him. He doesn't even know who he is. He's just whatever it is.
Yeah, oh my God, he's a psychopath. But how did Kamala Harris pay for an $8 million house in Malibu, and for a party who only seems to care about the optics of everything? Isn't this the worst looking thing you could do?
The greatest thing, here's the great thing about the human condition. Kamala Harris is always talking about the haves and the have-nots. The Obamas always talk about, at some point you got enough. And when's it going to be enough? I mean, Michelle Obama gets up there in the DNC and gives a speech about having enough, getting enough. She's on her fucking 9th house.
Right.
So the thing that's funny about these people is all Kamala Harris does is talk about haves and have-nots and paying your fair share and having enough and coming from a poor family and blah, 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 right? And then the second thing she won't shut up about is the environment. Rising sea levels in the environment. So she goes out and spends $8 million on a home by the sea. So ultimately, the human condition is fuck y'all. The human condition is basically, it's like, the human condition is this. I'm going to go, listen, I'm the world's foremost nutrition expert in the United States. I'm going to talk to you about a vegan and a plant-based nutritional diet and a way to shed pounds. And at some point, you put a Reese's peanut butter cup next to me on the table. And I go, we're still rolling with the cameras? And they go, yeah, we're still rolling with the cameras. I go, plant-based, always plant-based, nutrition, calories in, calories out, take in less. Refined sugar, not good. Processed food, not good. And I go, that was kind of one little bite of this thing. But anyway, what was I talking about? Oh, the paleo diet. That's what I was talking about. So here's what you do. You do beef for breakfast and beef for lunch and then elk for dinner. Hold on, let me have another little bite of this thing. Like, we can't stop ourselves. Like, someone should have said to Kamala Harris, hey, bitch, all you talk about is the have-nots, and all you talk about is the environment. You, of all people, buying an $8 million house on the edge of the sea, and she went, fuck y'all.
That's
fuck
what she did.
You.
Exactly.
Because I don't care. And by the way, I don't care that you don't care, that I don't care, that nobody cares. You're fucking idiots. Stooges, you're going to vote for me, so fuck yourself. And that's what she did. Now, I will say one thing. In her... in her behalf, in her response, or I will say this for them, and it is funny because I'm from here, and I live in Malibu, and I had a house on Point Doom where her place is out on Point Doom. When they go $8 million mansion, it's not a mansion, right. And when they go on the sea, it's not. No. Courtney Cox has a mansion on the edge. That's $37 million. $8 million
doesn't get you a lot.
It doesn't
Malibu,
get
right?
you on the sea. It gets you inboard.
Right.
It's a peninsula. I mean, I could figure out my old house that was on there. The old house I bought, 20 years ago or 15 years ago or whatever there, that thing's probably $8 million. Like, that's it. It does not get you a mansion. But to Mr. and Mrs. America, it's $8 million, and it's on the sea, and you don't give a fuck about optics because you want to live in Malibu,
right.
And it's all made up anyway, and you're not scared of the rising tide anyway, and you're fucking dealing with dumb lemmings, so fuck y'all. Thank you.
There you go.
All right. I've heard enough. You got another one?
Yeah, let's just watch this video really quick. I want to get your reaction. I believe we talked about it last week, but there's the Supreme Court is hearing cases that could affect transgender athletes.
Oh man.
And so they pulled out all the big guns and they made this commercial to convince us that biological males should compete against biological females and why it's important.
When you're young, you believe that you can do anything. And then the world tries to set limits for you.
Tell you what's allowed.
What's normal.
Who you're supposed to be.
But on the field, the track, the court. Here, you get to be exactly who you
Megan
are.
Rapinoe's
Because
such a
at our
bitch.
core, we're
She
still
is.
the kids who just want to play. The go big game changers.
The living, breathing fabric
All right,
of
hold
this
on, pause
country.
it for a second. First things first, you can go play anywhere you want, anytime, at any YMCA, any park. Anybody, listen, I stopped playing. I played organized sports from age 7 to age 18, probably like 17 and change or whatever, played half a year at junior college or whatever. That was it. When I was done with organized sports, I was young and I was like strong and I was still hungry and like active. And every single weekend, I was at the high school playing pickup football games. We were playing pickup basketball games. We knew a guy who had the key to the gym at North Hollywood High, and we'd play pickup hoops at night. We'd play pickup hoops at Walter Reed Elementary. Like, there was pickup everywhere all the time. So this like notion of like, I just want to compete, I just want to play. You fucking get in serious competitive park ball, league ball, YMCA, whatever ball, you can fucking go do whatever you want. Hey, bitch, go to the park every single weekend. There is a super competitive pickup basketball hoop game, if that's what you want to do.
Right.
Or soccer, or football. We did everything all the time. So it's not like you can't get out and get some anymore. I was like sparring in the gym and going to the games and stuff. I was doing everything. So you can do it. This is all they do. They cause a problem, and then they want to know why we're talking about it, and then they want to know why we're obsessed with it.
Yes.
Because they started. It's the exact same thing as the retards in Minneapolis going, we want to turn the temperature down, but the way to turn the temperature down is for ICE to go home. No, that's not the way to turn the temperature down.
No.
Yeah, okay. The way to avoid speeding tickets is to never hand out another speeding ticket, but that's not really going to work. You want to turn the temperature down, tell your fucking asshole lesbian friends to stop running out in the street and fighting with ICE people. All right, I'm sorry. We'll keep it going here. I know, this is good. I don't even know who these people are.
Most of them I don't know.
Okay.
But I do love how that Ellen Page person said, they're trying to tell us what we can't do. Well, those are rules. Every sport has rules. There are things you can't do.
Listen, every Pop Warner football game I ever played in, from 7 to 4 to play 7 years, they weighed you in before the game. You had to step on a scale.
Makes sense.
Because they couldn't have 200-pound kids playing with 100-pound kids. So you stepped on a scale. Then they said, do you have thigh pads? They checked thigh pads, mouthpiece, knee pads, cups, girdles, butt pad. No, I'm doing my own thing, man. It wasn't any of that. It was, here's the fucking rules.
Here are the rules.
Here are the rules. Here we go.
Yeah.
Supporting trans youth isn't just about sports.
It's about freedom.
All right, hold on a second. Hold on. They always broaden it out.
Yeah.
Supporting trans youth. You can support all the trans youth you want. I don't want dudes beating up on chicks on the volleyball court.
What about supporting the girls that they're trying to inspire?
They never do that. They never do that.
No.
Supporting trans youth isn't just about sports.
It's about freedom.
On and off the field. It's more than a game.
Yeah. And did you see that logo, that More Than a Game logo they got on it? That hurts my eyes.
Yeah.
Who signed off on that thing?
I don't know. It's all bullshit. Put it in the time capsule so future generations can study what retards we all were. And that's it. And also we listen to these people. And I've said it. I remember there's only one answer. I was interviewed by Tucker Carlson years ago in the other shop. I told you guys a million times. He said to me, what is the answer to this? And the answer is fuck off. It's never like, oh, look, we like sports. I have a daughter. I have a son. Shut the fuck up. You guys are fucking nuts. Fuck yourself.
Right.
That's where we're at. That's all Trump does. They're going insane, but that's the new world order.
They should not
These people are
entertain
fucking nuts.
or encourage.
We don't listen to anything you have to say. You're fucking batshit crazy.
Exactly.
Go talk to your therapist. I know you hate your dad. Sorry.
Exactly.
All right.
All right.
All right. New York City coming up. Rodney's going to be over there in New York City. That'll be the 29th, doing a couple shows out there. Live pod and a stand-up. And then Chester, New York with Megyn Kelly. She needs security, I just found out.
Oh, yeah.
Well, everyone needs security
Yeah,
now.
nowadays.
Everyone on the right, that's for sure.
Mm-hmm.
And then D.C., the Kennedy Center, doing a couple shows there. Go to AdamCarolla.com for all that. Until next time, it's Adam Carolla for Mike Dawson and Dana Gould saying mahalo.